You know, Aristotle was right. We are what we repeatedly do. The power and the truth in that. That means everybody here in this room tomorrow morning when your 2 feet hit the ground, like you're in charge of your journey, in charge of the day. You get to choose how you want to attack the day, the patterns and habits you are going to deploy upon your goal, your dream, your work stance, your life. You're in charge of that. And if you like the path you're on, man, build on it. Don't be stagnant. That is the quicksand of life. And if you don't like the path you're on, well, you can change it. You're in charge. It's your journey.
What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given? We are what we repeatedly do. Everything that is going on in your life is a sum of your efforts or the lack thereof. So if you are displeased with how you look, how you feel, where you're at in life, take ownership of the habits you practice that ended you up right where you're at. And take note of the habits that you should probably practice to get to where you're trying to go. What do your habits say about you?
Repetition, repetition, repetition. What I mean by this is when you go at life and you have 2 people, the person that wants to be a perfectionist and just try one time versus the person that doesn't care if they fail, and they fail again, and they fail again, that is the person that wins. So when you get these reps in, don't care that it has to be perfect. Just know that you tried, and then again, and then again, and then again. The people that succeed the most in life, the only thing they do different than you is they fail more and they don't care about it, and that's why they are where they are today, because success wants to go in the pockets of the people that create it and are the magnet of it, and not just the ones that think they deserve it.
You're working hard, you're trying, so why aren't you seeing results? Because effort without tracking is just noise. The evidence log is the advanced habit tracker that turns your daily actions into visible and deniable progress. Week by week, month by month. Stop working blind. Links in the description. Track it, prove it, become it.
The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. The secret of your future, the secret of your success, the secret of victory is something you're doing daily. I cannot change your life till I change something you do daily. The difference in people is not what they do, but what they habitually do. Creativity is a divine trait. Ritual and routine is a divine strategy. The reward of routine is a future. Something you're doing daily is deciding a miracle or a tragedy.
Take good notes. Don't miss anything. If you read a good book, take notes. If you hear something good, jot it down. If you think something good, put it on paper. Then you can go over it. Repetition is the mother of skill. And someday those ideas, if you repeat them often enough, they'll take root and start to grow. And someday they'll show up in your bank account, and your personality, and your language, and your dress, and your lifestyle.
You cannot change your life unless you change something. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
This might be hard to hear, but whether you like it or not, you're going to have to accept the fact that you're going to become the result of whatever you keep doing.
Because if you always do what you've always done and you always think what you've always thought, you will always get what you've always gotten. If you take old patterns and old habits into the new year, you simply repeat the same outcome. And then you wonder why. Nothing changes. You've been trying to lose weight for 10 years. You've been trying to get to the gym for 5 years. You've been trying to finish school for 10 years. And you ask yourself, why haven't I been able to hit the mark? Because you're trying to change things on the outside when the problem is on the inside. Life doesn't give you what you want or desire or need. Life simply gives you what you tolerate. You're in a messed up relationship and you wonder why you feel depressed all the time. What are you tolerating? You wonder why you're always feeling sick. What are you eating? What are you tolerating? And so it's what you tolerate is what you get in life. It's not what you desire, want, or need.
Repeat it over and over again. Do anything over and over again. Neurochemically, you'll condition your mind and body to begin to work as one. Do it enough times, now your body will know better than your conscious mind. Now it's innate in you. Now it's second nature. Now it's simple. Now you know that you know. You may not know how you do it. You don't know how you know how, but you can do it because it's subconscious now. So now that implicit memory, now you're mastering that knowledge. You're mastering the philosophy. You're becoming the knowledge. You're embodying it so much so that it's automatic. It's effortless. It's easy.
I majored in neuroscience in college because I was really interested in the brain, and I learned that the version of you that you're chasing is built by the habits that you keep avoiding. We love to imagine transformation as this big moment or something that happens after a breakthrough or a mindset shift, but the brain doesn't work that way. It builds who you are through repetition, through the things that you do so consistently that they stop requiring effort. The basal ganglia is part of your brain that is responsible for habit formation. Every time that you repeat a behavior, the neurons involved fire together, and the more that they fire, the stronger that connection becomes. That's called Hebbian learning. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Habits that you avoid are often the ones that challenge your old identity, which is the version of you that craves comfort or control or certainty, security. But growth requires friction. When you force yourself to act against old patterns, whether it be to wake up early or to stay focused for longer or to be disciplined when it's inconvenient, you trigger neuroplasticity. Your brain rewires to support the behaviors that you repeat, not the intentions that you set. That's why motivation fades, but systems last. Every habit that you build, every repetition you don't skip, every uncomfortable action that you choose, that's your future self taking form. The version of you that you want to become already exists. It's just hidden inside the work that you've been putting off.
One of the most powerful forces in life is consistency. It's consistency. Being able to do something in repetition over and over and over again. That's how you start big movement. That's how you get big results. That's how you build a body. That's how you build a business, is consistency. It's small wins every single day. The guys that are in Cooperstown, the best baseball players to ever play the game, they're not the dudes that swung for the fences every single time. It's the boring dudes you got on base over and over and over again. You want to win really, really, really big in life? You want to build a badass relationship and a badass business? Be consistent.
Now look at, if I drop one of these, one comes back. If I drop two, two comes back. Now look at, there's only 5 of them there. You can see there's just 5 there. Let's suppose I drop 3. Will I just knock the 2? No. If I drop 3, I get 3 back. See, that is a law. Energy out, energy back. And it's equal and opposite. You get the same back as you put out. The law of cause and effect. If you're not happy with what you're getting, you better focus on what you're giving.
Most of who you think you are isn't even you. Your reactions, your habits, your triggers, that's conditioning. And that's years of repeated thoughts that has become automatic. So when you say, I'm an anxious person, or I'm someone who just gives up all the time, all you're saying is, I'm just someone who has practiced an identity over time, and now it feels permanent. And here's what no one tells you. If it was learned over time, you can unlearn it. But most people won't, because changing your life means letting go of an identity that you've practiced all your life, that's created your behavior. So you need to understand that you're not stuck. You've just practiced an identity.
There is one part of your life where you gotta be obsessed with, and that's in discipline. You gotta have a disciplined obsession to where you're gonna do the same thing, you're gonna stick to the plan, and you're not gonna veer off the plan. Alright? You really have to be obsessed with being disciplined. Alright? That is the true key to any success. Anybody who you see that's in incredible shape, any billionaire you see, anybody that's successful at the job, they are just obsessed with being disciplined. They don't go with the crowd. They don't let people's opinion affect them. They just stick to the plan. They really stick to the plan. Even when they are failing, they're like, all right, this shit didn't work. All right, now I'm going to try this. All right, this shit didn't work. Now I'm going to try this. All right, this shit is now working. Now I see success. But you gotta be obsessed with being disciplined. Literally, you just have to be obsessed with yourself. Literally, if you are obsessed with yourself, being disciplined and getting better every single day, that is the cheat code to life, is being obsessed with being disciplined. If you stick to a plan, you're like, this shit's gonna happen. You're using like the law of attraction. You just keep on saying this shit's gonna happen. Guess what? That shit is gonna happen. It really is. Law of attraction is a boomerang effect. What you throw out into the universe is what you get back. All right, and what you get back is the results that you put in. All right, that's all you gotta do. Just be disciplined and be obsessed with that shit. All right.
I don't know who you are, or what you have, or what you say you've accomplished, but I do know this: you are not who you believe you are.